Hi, my name is Bishop Gregory Lightner, and this is Pastor Karen Lightner, and we are the hosts of Is Love Enough? And today's show is a very special topic.
Yeah, today's topic is ready or not. Happy New Year! Today's guest needs no introduction. You were there with them when they took their very first breath.
We were?
We was? It's not about you, Bishop.
Oh, okay.
Is Love Enough welcomes our viewing audience.
You are our very special guest on today, our viewing audience.
Yes. Do us a favor. Close your eyes. Close your eyes, Bishop. 1 second.
They're closed.
Okay. We promise we'll be right back. Think about the promise you made and replay them in life when you back in 2021 started and where you are now to the closing of the new year. Your eyes still closed?
My eyes are closed.
Okay.
I'm thinking.
Is Love Enough is asking you, was love enough?
So we're asking you to think about, was love enough for you to meet your goals, your aspirations, your dreams? Did you love yourself enough to push yourself to get to your dreams and your goals?
You know, I forgot. You can open your eyes now.
Open it.
You don't have to answer, but you can answer out loud. But just be honest. Was love enough?
A lot of times, when it comes to ourselves, like me and you as pastors, as a teacher, as community leaders, a lot of times we put everyone else's stuff before our own stuff, and we don't get to meet our own goals because we're pushing so many people ahead, trying to get them to get to their goal, get to their better, meet their promise, that we forget about ourselves. And not just preachers. There are some people who are natural motivators. There's natural pushers. They have a gift to motivate and push others along. And a lot of times those people who have that natural gift to push others along will oftentimes leave themselves on the back burner.
Yeah, and that being on the back burner, and then as the year, goes by, you realize you haven't accomplished anything that you set out to do. So when the year finally ends, and you be like, oh my God, the year is over already, and you haven't accomplished what you even set for in the beginning. So sometimes what we set our goals for, okay, this is going in 2022, I'm gonna do this differently than in 2021. And it's like a routine, it's unaccomplished.
It's unaccomplished, right? So is love enough is asking you, was love enough to push you to meet your goals, your dreams, and your aspirations? This is really important. I think this is a great show because a lot of times as individuals, we start the year out with a particular goal in mind. Like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to accomplish this. I'm going to get this. This is my year. This is my year. This is my year. And as the year go on, we're saying, this is my year. This is my year. This is my year. And by mid-year, we're not saying that anymore because we fall into our old routines, our old habits, and we don't push ourselves to get to where we need to go, to get to where we want to go. I tell kids in my classroom, you are the only thing that can stop you from getting to your goals. You are. There's no outside force that can stop you. You are the only thing that can stop you from getting to your goal. You see a goal, you go after it. You push towards the promise that you make yourself.
Yeah. Let me ask you a question. Now, when 2021 started, did you make a goal?
I did.
Did you accomplish it?
Not completely. I didn't complete my goal completely, but I did make a goal. And I would say I met about 85% of it. I got to 85% of where I wanted to be this year. There's still more that I want to do. And I'm my own worst critic, especially when it comes to ministry and life and finances. I'm my own worst critic. So there are some more things I want to get to. There's some more ministry goals I have I want to meet. There's some more personal goals that I have I want to reach. On the ministry side, we started the Now Network, which was one of my goals to broaden the ministry. And the other goal was to broaden globally. And we have started going global with the help of Apostle Alberta Gray, which is the apostle of the Glorious Church of Jesus Christ. So we are going in that direction. There's more though. And then on the personal side of it, financially, I want to be a little bit better because I don't want to teach until I'm 70. So part of my goals are to save a certain amount of money every year so I can retire and we can be comfortable and travel like we like.
Yes. Now for me, my goal, I didn't accomplish 85%. I don't know what the percentage is because I'm gonna be transparent. For me, I always put myself on the back burner, always, and no matter what the situation is. And I found myself like 2021 just passed me by with nothing that I set for me has been done. So I felt like it was my job to help everybody else. And if they were happy, then I was happy. But honestly, it left a void. So now I'm searching for who I am.
Because you are that natural motivator, and you're that natural pusher for all of us, for the kids, for me, for members. You are a great motivator and pusher. So a lot of times you spend time pushing others to get to their goal. And then when we're alone, I'm asking you all the time, okay, babe, did you get this done? Did you get that done for yourself? And I think in 2022, what you have to do is focus more on you and what your goal is, meeting your fulfillment and making that promise to yourself, and then having enough love for Karen to make sure that Karen gets what she needs, in spite of Pastor Karen, in spite of Bishop Leitner, in spite of all of our ministry stuff and all of the things we do with our kids and everything else. You have to make sure that you have that time where you're pushing your own dream.
Yes, it's like I have all these hats that I'm wearing, but there's not a hat that has me on it, So I'm working towards that.
Yes.
Our girl's getting married. Oh my goodness. So that's, that's an iffy situation.
Yes.
So I think between that, it gives me more time to dig in and to sit down and actually analyze, okay, Karen, what do you want to do? What you always wanted to do?
And I think that's also going to help you and some other women watching as well, because a lot of times this is an issue that a lot of mothers and women in ministry have, because they're maybe pastors or apostles or prophets or whatever in the ministry, and they have such a big hat in the ministry, such a big hat in the home, such a big hat with everybody else, that they leave themselves out. And then when kids get older and they start to get married and they start leaving, then it leaves them wondering, okay, where do I fit in? So I don't view it as a negative thing, the kids getting married, though my girls are my heartstring and daddy's going to have daddy issues. I think it's great for you that they're getting married and they're moving out, because now that gives you more time to discover what you want. What are you going to do? And again, I think this is going to help a lot of women watching, because they could be in the same situation right now, trying to figure out what's my next step, what's my next goal. And I'm saying that you have to take time out for you, in spite of all the other hats. Carve time out for you. Sometimes, like you used to tell me, you're gonna have to learn to say no. Like they used to tell me that all the time.
But I say no quicker than you.
Yeah, you do say no quicker than me. But you don't say no enough sometimes when it comes to your own personal space, your own personal time that you need for yourself.
Yeah, that's true, because I feel like if I can help somebody, I'm gonna do it. In spite of if I have something I gotta do and somebody come ask me, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, I can do that. And then after I do that, then I'll go do what I have to do. And then when it's time for, to put in for me, it's unaccomplished.
And I think sometimes too, with women meeting their goals and their dreams and their aspirations, I think sometimes their natural mothering instinct kicks in. Like you're a natural mother. Like a lot of people gravitate to you because you have that natural love that you give people. And I think sometimes that hinders you from getting to your goal because you're loving on others, pushing them, but you're not pushing yourself.
Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense.
You know, because it's a we started off by saying to the audience what was the promise that they made themselves, and is love enough for you to keep the promise that you made to yourself. And this is something that I have been discovering from my own self, that if I'm doing all of this for everybody else, what am I doing for Gregory? What am I doing for, because ultimately, if I'm not taking care of Gregory, I can't take care of you. I can't take care of the ministry. I can't take care of anything else because Gregory's not being taken care of, right? So that's something I'm really discovering. Like, what is the promise I'm going to make to myself coming into 2022, and how I'm going to keep it? What steps I'm going to take to make sure that I'm keeping the promise to me?
Yeah, and that's the same thing I'm thinking. I'm like, 2022 is going to be here in a couple of days. I have to do something differently. So that's what my struggle, I don't know if it's a struggle, but that's what I'm dealing with. So there are some things I'm going to change for me to find out who I am. So I'm going into 2022 with a different set of eyes.
That's good. That's good, with a different set of eyes, viewing stuff differently, seeing it differently, analyzing the situations differently, having a different set of eyes. So as you close your eyes and then open your eyes, open them with a different set of eyes, with a different view, a different mindset going into 2022, that I'm going in keeping the promise I made to myself. Listen, this is conversation's going great, but that's me and my dear.
That's me and you, love.
That's me and you. And you, our viewing audience.
Yes.
We're going to be right back after this commercial break with our very special New Year's show.
Are you ready to buy a new home or refinance a home? Call Quentin Johnson at Homestar Financial. Homestar Financial offers competitive rates for home improvement, new construction, FHA, VA, conventional, and USDA loans. Take advantage of today's low interest rates by being a smart and prepared buyer. Get pre-approved today and find out just how much house you can afford. Call Quentin Johnson at Homestar Financial, 704-526-4007, extension 50306. Homestar Financial makes home ownership a reality. In MLS 161685, equal housing lender.
Welcome back to Is Love Enough? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Greater. Everyone's greater is different. Where do you want to be? Where are you heading? What you say about that?
Yeah, everyone's greater is different. Everyone's greater is different based on their life, based on their situation, based on where they're at right now. In development of life. If you are a single person, your greater may be to be married. If you're a married couple, your greater may be to enhance your relationship and make sure that things go smoothly, that you meet your successful goals. If you're in school, high school or college, your greater may be getting to graduate. If you're a working person, your greater may be a promotion. Your greater may be earning more money. Your greater may be starting a business. So everyone's greater is different based on your situation and circumstances. But here's the thing about greater. You can achieve greater if you work towards it.
Yes, and someone else greater may not be your greater.
Right. And we get in trouble a lot of times by watching someone else's greater, by looking on social media, seeing someone else have whatever they have. And this is what I tell people all the time when we're counseling people, is that you're not privy to their struggle. You're privy to their after. So a lot of times we see things when people have gone through a great struggle, great trial, have fought for things, and then we see them in a Mercedes. We see them in the 10-bedroom house. But we wasn't privy to their struggle. So we're seeing the greater, and then we're looking at our struggle going, why not me? Why not me? Well, you wasn't privy to that person's struggle. So you have to remember that while you're going through something, while you're fighting through, that your greater is on the other end of your fight. Your greater is on the other end of your struggle, and you can get through it.
Yeah, because sometimes, I might be, okay, say that I've been wanting this car. And so I've been saving money. I've been working extra jobs to get there. But then you look at someone else who like didn't have to struggle so much to get it. And you're just wondering, how did they get it? But not knowing they took out a whole loan. You don't know what they had to get through to get that. So maybe sometimes it's not good to always view someone else greater because it's set up differently.
It's set up differently. I don't know if you remember this or not, but I'll share this story before we go to our next part. There was a couple that got married long before we got married, and we were living in Charlottesville, and they bought a house. Beautiful, great, big, giant house, right? They invited us over. Now we just got married. They just got married. Now we're sitting in our little apartment, and we're like, how did they get this house? We just got married. They just got married. How did they get a house? And so we went over to the house, and literally the only thing in the house was the bed and the table. That was it. That's how they got the house.
Yes.
There was nothing in the house. Nothing. Not a stove, not a refrigerator.
So it made us appreciate our house.
Yeah, it made us appreciate our apartment. We were back our apartment like, oh yeah. But it was because we were viewing someone else's greater as being greater than our own. And that's where you get in trouble at.
Yes. Declaration, resolution, and solution.
Declaration, resolution, and solution.
Okay. Declaration is a written or oral indication of a fact, opinion, or belief. Your declaration is your truth.
Okay, it's your truth. All right, keep going.
Okay. Resolution, a firm decision to do or not to do something. The goal. Resolution is your goal.
Okay, so let's stop right there. So our declaration is something that we write or we think about or we do, we actually have, and that's more of our promise, right? It's what we're going to do. What am I declaring for myself in 2022? This is what I tell my students all the time, right? If you're going to make a declaration, make it clear to yourself. It doesn't have to be clear to anybody else. It doesn't have to be clear to your friends, your mom, your dad, your husband, your wife, whoever, but it has to be clear to you. It doesn't matter if they understand it. It matters if it's clear to you and you understand it, because it's not their truth, it's your truth.
And the main thing, we have to push past the excuses, because we make a lot of excuses. If we can push past through the excuses, we can go through with our declaration.
We can. So the second part of that is resolution, right?
Resolution.
Which is a goal.
Yeah,
okay. So this is how we counsel people about a goal. So
the resolution reflects back on your declaration.
Right. So resolution reflects back on your declaration. So if you're going to make a goal, so if my goal is to, let's say, build a road, right? That's my goal. What steps do I have to take to build the road, right? What are my little goals to get me to my main goal? So every day you should be working towards your truth, right? How do I get there is sometimes the struggle. Like we see the end goal, but we don't necessarily think about all of the little goals that we have to do to get to the end goal. Like, so I have a student that was doing really bad, and she goes, well, my goal is to graduate, chef. I'm like, okay, your goal is to graduate. Well, how are you going to graduate? Well, I'm just going to graduate. No, you're not. No, you're not. Because you got to have some little goals. So are you studying? Are you changing your habits? Are you watching TV more than you're in your books? What's your goal for your next test? Okay. It doesn't have to be an A, but my goal can be to make a D. That could be a goal. If you've been making all F's, then if you made a D, hey, you better go. Then your next goal could be to make a C. And your next goal could be to make a B. And your next goal could be to make an A. And every time you meet your little goals, you're working towards your big goal. And here's the trick that I'm going to say, and I'm trying not to make this preachy, but here's the trick of the enemy.
Okay.
to have you focus on the big goal that seems impossible to meet when you're not focusing on your little goals. You have to break it down in little chunks. And the more you break it down in little chunks and you meet your little chunks, the more the big chunk becomes more meetable or attainable.
Yeah. So what I'm gonna do, I think a good way to start is get a journal. You can write down your goals, what you want to do, or even a vision board. You know, the girls got one in here. So I'm going into New Year. What book? Write down. Okay, my declaration. When I'm gonna do this, and start with. I think it'd be easier for me if I start with one thing first and accomplish that instead of just trying to accomplish everything I got written. So that's a start.
So we call that your wildly important idea, your big goal. What's your wildly important idea? And once you write your wildly important idea, this means what I want to attain, then you start making your little chunks or your little rocks to get you to your big goal. You make your resolution. My resolution for today is, my resolution for tomorrow is, my resolution for the week is, my resolution for the month is, my resolution for the year is. And as I meet them, as I accomplish them, I need to have what's called a celebration, right? Because the celebrations, not only do I need to have a vision board or a journal, I need to have a celebration. Because when I go back and reflect on my celebrations, it keeps me from getting depressed or upset over my big goal. So I can celebrate that student that was making all F's have made a D. I can celebrate that. That's a celebration, right? That's an accomplishment. So you have to celebrate your accomplishments. Here's something else that we tell people that was told to me, and I've really adopted this. So I go to my phone or make a list of your negatives, right? What's your negatives? And then make a list of your positives. And every day, add to your positives. There's something you can add to your positives. And what you'll find out in a couple of days, your positives will greatly outweigh your negatives. Because sometimes we focus on our negatives, which may be 3 or 4 things, and we have so many more positives that we can focus on. But our negatives keeps us hung up that we can't meet our goal. Yes. Because we're hung up on a negative. We're hung up on I can. We're hung up on something, like you said, push past the excuses, right? We're hung up on something that's giving us an excuse, that's making us unable to get to where we need to go.
Yes. Okay. We got to get to solution.
Got to get to solution.
Yeah.
Okay.
The means of solving problems or dealing with a difficult situation. The solution is your outcome.
The solution is your outcome, right? So your solution is, what do you want out of it?
Yes.
Right. It's this magical thing that you want out of it, right? And so how do I get there? What is that I want? And that's something that you have to really think about when you're making your declaration, right? Because you can't get to the end without first declaring it to yourself and having it clear to yourself and knowing exactly what you want.
Yeah.
So we just want to thank you guys, our viewing audience, for joining us this first season on WYTV7. We want to thank WYTV7 for allowing Is Love Enough to be on the air. You in the viewing audience, we want to thank you guys for your support on our first season. And guys, we're very excited about our second season. And again, we want to say Happy New Year. Oh, we're not done yet.
No,
we're not. I want to go back and just reiterate all the things we talked about: meeting your goals, setting a declaration, making a resolution, and then getting to the solution of your declaration. It is possible. Going into 2022, there's no need to have a fancy saying and a great a topic about it. Make your declaration. Declare your truth. And after you declare your truth, make your goals to get to your solution. It is attainable. You can meet your greater. You can accomplish whatever you want to accomplish in 2022. 2022 can really be your year. It will be for me and for her and for everything that is attached to my life. We would like to thank
thank you, our viewing audience. All you all guys are awesome. You're great. This has been a wonderful 2021 year. We're looking off to jumpstart 2022. Our new season, the second season, will begin on January the 18th. We're looking for you guys to stay tuned. We also like to thank WYTV7 Community Broadcasters for sponsoring Is Love Enough?
Yes.
If you have any question, any show ideas, you can give us an email. You can email us at gtlm.com, isloveenough@gmail.com, or just give us a call, 912-509-0178.
Go to WYTV7.
They can click
website.
They can click on that big red donate button.
Click on that big red button and push donate. Go to the website and click donate. Every dollar goes to educating our communities. Yes. It is a great place to donate. Your money will not be wasted. It goes to educating our communities. And our communities can always use as much education as possible. You're sponsoring shows just like Is Love Enough?
Happy New Year!
Happy New Year!